Divine Masculine. Today we are talking about, are you psychic? Like, are you psychic? Meaning, do you have psychic gifts, right? And for those of us that were raised in the church and raised in some form of religion, we may, we may denote the word psychic as being something negative. But as we begin to grow spiritually, we realize that, we have to study to show our own selves approved, right? As the Bible says, for my Bible thumpers. So, yeah, like you start to realize that just because something has always been presented in a negative manner doesn't necessarily mean that it's negative. And then you have to go and, do your own research and, see what's really good. So, psychic is not necessarily bad, right? So, if you were raised in the church and you identify with Christianity or that form of religion, then a lot of times you were raised to believe that if you were gifted with certain abilities, it was a prophetic gift or that you were a prophet, right? But as you step into spirituality, you start to no longer denote the word psychic or being psychic with having a negative connotation. Okay. So the word psychic broken down means something related to the mind or the psyche. It comes from the root word psyche, right? So today, you guys, I'm going to give you guys 10 ways to know if you are psychic or if you embody psychic gifts. Okay. And then, I feel so weird. Like, I feel so weird teaching this, right? Because, I was raised to think that psychics were bad and, all of that kind of stuff. So, like, this is, like, kind of weird for me. But I truly, honestly, wholeheartedly believe in everything that... everything that I'm about to teach you guys, right? But, even when you get grown and as an adult and you grow up or whatever, you can make your own decisions, you will find that you may still be very heavily tied to how it is that you were raised, or you may be still very heavily tied to certain beliefs that your family systems, family structures that your parents, so to speak, basically indoctrinated into you, right? But yeah, today, so is you psychic, divine masculine, or not? Okay, so I'm only talking about the positive side of being psychic, because we all know once we really get into spirituality, and even, whenever we're in religion, we still know that there's a dark side and there's a light side, right? And people utilize their gifts for good or bad. And it's funny because I remember when my son was little, I used to be like, Manny, use your gifts for good, right? Like, was you that kid that, like, you could either have everybody focused because you were a leader, right? And you could get everybody to do what was good and what was right, or you could just totally turn up and, like, have everybody wilding, right? So my son was that kid. So I used to just be like, please use your gifts for good. You know what I mean? Like, just be a good role model. Like, just be good, because people are going to follow you, right? And I believe that is very important. I was having a discussion with my daughter yesterday, and I believe very heavily that if you are in the public eye, you should take on the responsibility and be very mindful of the fact that you affect those around you, right? So if you're in the public eye, you have the ability to affect a large group of people. And I feel like with that being the case, you should show up in the world a certain way. I don't know how I segue to that. But anyway, you guys, so today we're talking about divine masculine. Are you psychic? Do you possess psychic gifts, right? I'm going to give you guys 10 ways to know if you indeed harness psychic gifts, okay? Then next week, unless God changed it up on me, but I don't think so, because I did a lot of research and then he like changed it up at the end. So anyway, guys, so first of all, I want to sprinkle into your consciousness the fact that you could actually harness psychic gifts that you may not realize, right? And then next week, I'm going to get into the 5 different psychic gifts. And I'm going to break those down so that you can kind of like find where you fit within those. Okay, so first, I just want to wake you guys up and sprinkle into your consciousness the fact that you may actually possess psychic gifts. And then next week, we're going to talk about those psychic gifts in more detail so you can see better, like, oh, okay, this is the gift that I operate in more heavily, or not, right? Or not. You might be dope. Like you might ebb and flow in all 5 of them. Okay. So you want to think of a psychic gift. Basically, what's a gift? A gift is a gift, right? A gift is a treat. So psychic gifts are present in your life to be able to help you with making decisions, right? And you should be utilizing them. Let me just say this again. You should be utilizing them for your highest good and for the highest good of those around you, okay? Toxic masculines, they can be gifted as well, but they're going to utilize their gifts for the bad. And before you went through your awakening and before you started to step into your divinity, you may have realized that you have operated in these gifts all your life, but you may not have used them, you know what I mean? Like, you may not have used them for the highest good of all, you know? You might have used them for your own advantages, so to speak, if you will, okay? All right.